Thursday. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to another episode of Cooped Up Live, should I say. My daily-ish broadcast where I just talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. While we're waiting on folks to join, coopedup.com is my website. You can check that out at any time. Sign up to get very sporadic emails from me. I will not be spamming you. In fact, the polar opposite of that. I'm Cooped Up as my handle in all the social places. Would love a follow wherever you are, particularly if you're on the Instagrams. And then wherever you watch or listen to this does air live on Facebook Live, both on my personal profile, my Cooped Up page, YouTube Live, as well as rebroadcast in audio format on all of the major podcasting platforms. So click the bell, subscribe button, whatever the mechanism is for how that platform lets you make sure you don't miss anything. And that's what we'll do. Hey, Mama, how you doing today? So I am doing good. Doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing well today. A little sniffly. Allergies are still crazy high. It just rained here, so I'm hoping that maybe it washed some of it out of the sky. And sorry I wasn't here yesterday. Claire had an eye doctor's appointment, and we have a follow-up next week. She got contact lenses, which I thought was weird. So Claire is just barely 14 years old. She turned 14 in March. And she refuses to wear her glasses, and she's not able to read the board and all that kind of stuff. And she wanted contacts, and so decided to just go get her contacts. People were like, yeah, there's one other kid in the middle school, which our middle school has like 12 kids, that has contacts. So someone else has them, but not that big of a deal. And then talking to other people, they're like, oh yeah, because I did not realize that kids got contacts so young. I think I was a sophomore in college when I got my first set of contact lenses. I got them at the Contact Lens Center in Snyder Plaza, just northwest of SMU, and I had to buy them myself. I had glasses, but I did not have contacts. And I only needed the glasses like in the classroom to read far with. But my vision was starting to kind of deteriorate. I didn't have a really strong prescription. I just had it where, like, if I was within 10 feet of you, I could see your face crystal clear. If I was more than 10 feet away, I could generally make out your features. I could tell you if you were black or if you were white, if you had a mustache, what color your hair was, if you were a boy or a girl, depending on some of the preceding descriptors there. But I was starting to need them a little bit more. And then I haven't had contacts since 2005 when I had LASIK. And now I went to the doctor. I still go to the eye doctor every 4 or 5 years just to check up on things. My vision is still fine. I do have some near vision stuff, and I think that just comes with age. Although I will tell you this, and then I'll get back to talking about my daughter. But enough about me. What do you think about me? After I had COVID, I realized that while I had COVID, I was having trouble reading the medicine bottles. So like I'd hold like the box of medicine, and I was like, I can't read that. And I was having to hold it just in the light, just so really squint. And I was actually more afraid of dying of a drug overdose than I was of COVID. And so I went back to the doctor after that, and he prescribed me readers. I can just buy them at the store or whatever, but just got an actual prescription, check on my eyes, make sure everything was okay. But I will tell you this. Since I have gone on blood pressure medicine, which I only started like back in maybe like September, October, since I've gone on blood pressure medicine, I have noticed a marked improvement in my near vision. Like I don't use my readers hardly ever anymore. I really only use my readers, one, if I need it for dramatic effect. I don't even have a set here on the desk with me. Or if I still need them for certain things, like if it's really microscopic, like reading the back of the like Italian dressing mix kind of thing, like knowing the measurements for that. I keep a pair. So what my doctor told me to do, and I bought like 30 pairs, cheapo pairs, and I just leave them. They're scattered from here to Kingdom Come. there's basically a pair of readers near anything that I might need to use readers for. I have a couple of nice pair also. I have one in my bag. I have one on my desk at work, one on my bedside table. But I just have little El Cheapos all over the place else. And so I have one in like the medicine cabinet so that I can read the box, because I still have trouble reading like the box for like Claritin or, that type of stuff, medicine bottles. And I don't want to, I am a strict rules follower when it comes to medicine. Like if it says take them every 4 to 6 hours, if we are at 3 hours and 59 minutes, I'm still not taking it. I'm taking it at 4 hours. And I take the exact dosage. Usually I take the maximum, but I take, because I'm a large person. But I am really strict about following that sort of thing. But I don't need it like to read recipes, magazines. I was needing them for magazines for a while, and I don't need it anymore. So I don't know. Does blood pressure, is that a known issue that can affect your vision? Like your especially your nearsighted or farsightedness? Whatever it is where you can't read up close. I'm curious about that, because I actually was thinking about it yesterday, but didn't actually get around to researching it. But back to Claire. So take her into the eye doctor, because again, she's not reading the board at school well and all that stuff. And she sits down and she gets the poof of thing in her eye, and they look at the balloon and all that kind of stuff. And then she sits down, and I'm in the room with her, and she's being asked to read the board without anything on her face at first. Read the board. And to my surprise, if the letters were like under 4 inches tall, she was not able to read them at all, like or make them out. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize it was that bad. And although she claims that she misunderstood the directions, because at one point I got pulled out of the room with the doctor, and he's like, she's not even trying, because she should be able to see all of these things. It should be fine. And I went back in, kind of flipped my mommy dear switch, and I'm like, if this happens again, because this happened before at a different eye doctor, she just wouldn't perform. She got a little nervous and stuff. And so I talked to her, and she's like, I misunderstood. I thought, can you read it clearly? Can you read? No, I was like, no, you're supposed to just try to read it. Make out the letters. And so she was like, she was confusing D's and O's, which I get. There was a couple of other things, but for the most part, she was, once they were doing that 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 kind of thing. But it's so advanced now too. Everything was electronic, like he wasn't flipping things. It was just doing it on its own. I mean, he was on the keyboard, and even the screen, like where the letters were, it was a screen. It wasn't like just a sign anymore. Melissa is saying that her son was cleared to wear them as young as 9 for sports. Interesting. So anyway, so he was like, okay, so I'm gonna give you a pair to try out, and he went to teach her how to put them in. I think that took longer than the whole examination did, because she just kept whipping it away with her eyelashes. I don't recall. Maybe it's because I was 19 at the time. I don't recall having a big problem putting contact lenses in. Todd remembers that too. And Eric, you were in the 7th grade also, and that's what Claire's in. By the way, you're in Austin right now. Are you watching from Austin? But I was like, at one point, I'm literally holding her eyeball open for her to try, and she still was able to keep from getting it in. Eventually, she got him in, and then she got it in today. Nobody's going to be called Four Eyes anymore. I know she claims it's because she didn't like the fit of them. I think it was something else. I agree. But anyway, so that took forever, and they gave her a kind where technically she can sleep in them, but we're not going to encourage that at this point, because, when I had contacts, I had the kind you could sleep in for up to a week at a time and then throw them away. They were weeklies, but I was so bad at remembering, like, when I put them in. I didn't have a regimen or any discipline or whatever, and I was wearing them for way too long, to the point where I was starting to get ghost veins in my eye, where my eyeball was trying to get oxygen because it was being depleted. The cornea, I guess, or whatever the colored part, was being starved of oxygen. It was creating veins to get more blood into it. So And I was told by the optometrist, the eye doctor yesterday, that had I let that go on for much longer, I would have potentially not been a candidate for LASIK, because those veins, the LASIK can't cut through them, or at least it used to not be able to cut through them because it would be too jagged or something. Anyway, but yeah. Eric is watching from Austin on closed captioning. Mark is sleeping and you didn't bring headphones. Oh, I wonder what it is saying. Flippity flip, 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 flip. Yes, you're going to get some blips and stars and dropped words. Closed captioning does not like it when I have a potty mouth. But anyway, so we got him, and I trusted her with them because the girl has good hygiene. She's very good about making sure that her hair is brushed. She's very good about making sure her teeth are brushed. She's very diligent about wearing her rubber bands for her braces, flossing, brushing, all of this kind of stuff. The boy, on the other hand, I don't think he's going to be able to get braces until he's married to somebody else who's going to, get contacts until he's married to somebody else who's going to take care of him, because that boy is filthy. His room is stinky. It is so bad that our housekeeper has told us that if Mason does not clean his room the day before the housekeeper comes, that they will not clean his room for him. They will not go in there and do it. So it is that nasty. Sometimes when I will honestly tell you that with Mason, I am more surprised to find a toilet full of clear water than I am to find a toilet full of yellow water when I go into his bathroom. And even worse, when the water is brown because the turd has disintegrated and there's not a stitch of toilet paper in there either. I'm like, what are you doing? What is going on? Yeah, your boy's the same. It just grosses me out. I don't remember being a slob. I don't think I was. Although I do remember I had my roommate in college, sophomore year, Matt. Can't remember his last name. Matt. He was so disgusting. He did not wash his clothes at all during the semester. He was from Memphis, Tennessee, and he would take his clothes home to wash. And he did it like once during the semester. So maybe he did it, and the clothes were starting to stink. They were starting to smell so badly that I would go get cologne samples and just douse his clothes with the cologne samples. It was so nasty. Just go in there and just pour it all over them. Because at SMU, the closets in our dorms, the closets were like sliding doors. When you walked in, you kind of walked in kind of a tunnel, and you had drawers, and the closet part were there. And his mats were just piled up there. It was disgusting. And his bed was even worse. The sheets were brown in spots. And occasionally I'd walk in and there'd be a girl in the bed with them. And I'm like, girl, get some. Oh my God. Like, gross. Have some respect for yourself. You found a petrified poop there once at my house. Yeah, in Mason's room, probably. Yes. Ugh, gross. Eric is saying, on the other end of the vision spectrum, I've started looking at progressive readers online. My social media is now one running eyeglasses. Yes. So I have progressive readers, by the way. I have the Cadus ones, and I love them because they are they are clear. Mine are clear on the top, and the bottom part is the reader, so that if you have them on and you are wanting to look at your iPad but then look at the TV, you don't get sick because you can look down and it's magnified, but when you look up, it is not magnified. But you are right. Readers is one of those, and probably now that I'm talking about it right now, readers is one of those categories of things where you search for it like one time, or you click on one ad and suddenly all of your ads turn into that. I agree with you on that. Because you'll get the Peepers ones, you'll get all the discount brands, the Cadus ones, which are the ones that I like. I think that's how you say it, but yes. Aaron is saying the smell that comes from my son's hair. I know. And then you're like, take a shower. And then I know that my son showers like every day, or at least I hear the water running in the shower every day. And I believe his hair is wet. He's got the kind of hair though, that it's so thick and so, what's the opposite of fine hair? Not coarse. It's not coarse, but he's got like just sturdy hair that if he washes his hair or even gets it wet and then puts the towel on it and dries it, the hair looks dry. Like, and his hair is also, he has black hair, and so it's hard to tell when it's wet. Like, my hair is brown when it is wet, even with the blonde in it. So yeah. Jeff says the peepers look cute, or it's the daddy models they use. I know. Okay, here's another thing. I actually had this on my list to talk about, but I didn't write it down. But it was something. So, do you ever see ads? Maybe it's just me being like a thirsty, lecherous old man, dirty old man. But I see ads for things like on my social feeds, and like there's one right now that I'm seeing for Bonobos, the clothing company, and there's this like really cute guy wearing this outfit in the ad, and I'm like, but the picture is like this big, and I'm like, Daddy would like to see more. So I go click on the ad, and it takes me to the product that they're marketing, but that guy, you don't really see him in it. It's not the same photo. Like, I want to see the full photo when he's kind of like flexing his leg. He's got one leg kind of bent up and flexing it, so you see like the thigh muscle, because I am a sucker for a thigh muscle. That's what I want to see, but then I go to it, and then it's like close-ups of the shorts or a different pose or whatever, and I'm like, oh, come on. Does that ever happen? Because I don't know about on the Peeper site, but the Peeper site, I'm guessing you see them on the website, but on the ads, I don't know if you do or not. Anyway. Oh, the trials and tribulations of being a dirty old gay man. I am, you know what, Monica? I'm just male. It's not a gay thing. It's not a straight thing. It is a male thing. All men do this. And I think a lot of women do too. Because I'll tell you this, we were at the pickleball tournament on Sunday, and there were some really hot guys there, right? There was this one guy who was like taller than me, thick. If he was 250 pounds or less, I would be shocked, but it was not fat. It was like, he was just like a linebacker playing with his little tiny, tiny woman of a wife. And they were like in the finals for the advanced group. So they were just going at it, right? And Carrie was making some comments about it, some little bluish comments about it. And which is no surprise. Carrie is pretty much a gay man anyway. But then there was a couple of women that were there who it was completely out of character, but they were kind of like, who dat? Oh, girl. Like making like not catcalling, but whatever the catcalling in a private behind your back sort of group thing it is. It was, I was like, to my surprise, women act like that too. Yes. So, your Facebook ads are scandalous, Jeff Strader. Do tell. Must know. Inquiring minds want to know. Mine are, so the new ad that I'm getting constantly right now is Hartman, the luggage company. They have marked down this one bag. It's a heritage bag or something like that. They've marked it down from $400 to $150. And they are certain that I want this bag. And you know what? They are not wrong. I've looked at it like 30 times today, which is probably why I keep getting this ad. But they marked it down to $150, and it is cute. And Hartman is a great brand, high quality. They have like a 10-year warranty on all of their stuff. And their warranties are good. Todd had a Hartman suitcase, and something happened, and he sent it back, and they sent him I can't remember if they sent him a brand new suitcase or if they just fixed the zipper or whatever. There was something that it was very impressive. Once a female finds out we're gay, they get nasty. I felt it. I get felt up more from women. Aaron. That's funny. By the way, Aaron, gosh darn it, the name just fell out of my head. What's your name? Carlson, Jackie Carlson. Sorry, my God, I know her name. It just, for some reason, just this is my senior moment thing here. This is what is happening to me. People I have known for a while, people whose names I definitely know, just will randomly fall out of my head. I literally was at an event recently talking with Todd and this woman named Cindy. And Cindy is this woman who is practically like a work wife to me. Like, I talked to her not recently every day, but for a while, for a good while. She's my second in command about this new school campus thing. I talked to her multiple times a day. We know everything about each other. Probably was spending more time with her than with Todd for a while. And I was talking to them, and I jokingly said, Todd's my home wife, or I think I did say home wife, my home wife. And you are my work. Her name, Cindy's name, just totally fell out of my brain at that moment. And it was so weird. I wasn't drunk. I was drinking, but I was not drunk. And there was no reason for me not to know it. Like, it wasn't like, again, like, she is in my dreams sometimes. I see her so much. Ew, why did I get on my shirt? Do you see that? That's weird. I sit like this a lot, so who knows what that is. Don't be dirty. It's nothing dirty. Hartman is so fancy, Jeff is saying. I know. But yeah, so that is like my senior thing. It's just names just falling out of my head. And it always falls out of my head like the minute I need to know the name too. So totally different subject. It's gonna be the ranty portion of my program. So after I get off here with y'all, I have to go to the store to buy trash bags because I was notified about 20 minutes before coming live that we are out of trash bags in our house. And we are so out of trash because kids' responsibilities, we don't call them chores, we call them responsibilities, is that one of them, during the 1 week, one of them is in charge of all of the dishes and the other one's in charge of all trash. And then it flips the next week. That's kind of a cycle that we have. There's other responsibilities, but those are like some main ones. And the trash was taken out today, and we have no more trash bags. Like, literally, the bag that was put in the trash, and it has to be taken out every day also. So this is not I didn't know it is taken out every single day. We do not let trash live in our house overnight, if possible. And especially like if you've cooked chicken or salmon or anything like that. So for sure, yesterday, a new bag was placed in the can, which meant it was the last bag, but I was only told about it today. So now we have an empty trash can that I had to go find a paper bag to put in it just so that we could have some trash if we need to be able to throw trash away. Here is the thing. I never got back to what I was saying about Jackie. I'll get back to that in a minute, Aaron. Here's the thing that drives me nuts, and it's not just my children. It is largely my children, but not just my children. If you see something, say something, because I don't like last minute anything. So if you see that we are running low on something, just give me a heads up. I won't be mad. I'm not going to be mad that we're out of trash bags. I'm the reason that we run through them. We run through 7 a week is because my rule is it has to go out every day. If you know that we are running low, if you have grabbed the last roll of toilet paper for the office bathroom and you don't say something and then we run out of toilet paper at the office, I have no pity for you, and I'm not going to go out of my way to make sure that you have toilet paper. I'll bring it in the next day. Like, if you are just anything in general, it drives me insane when that happens. So like I said, I got to go get trash bags, which means I got to go to fucking Tom Thumb at 5 o'clock. I don't think our 7-Eleven carries trash bags. Aldi, I may go to Aldi. That might be faster. Oh no, you know it'll be fast. At Home Depot will be better because I can get there faster. It's closer. I don't get distracted by a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's in and out because there's not a million people at Home Depot at 5 o'clock. So that's what I'm going to do. Home Depot. So what were you saying? What about Jackie? Oh, Jackie was in the tournament. Jackie and her husband, Callie, were in the tournament, and they were there hanging out with us. I don't believe she was one of the lecherous ones because she was playing a lot. I think they might have made it to the semifinals, if I'm not, or some playoffs or something. But I do know she was not sitting with us when we were being all lecherous and all that. So anyway, doorbell just rang. I wonder who that was. So, all righty. Well, that's all I've actually got for today. I need to go get some trash bags. So let me look through the comments, make sure I did not miss anything. Nope, did not. All righty. Well, I'm going to go then. I love you. It's important to know you were loved. I love that you watched this. Thank you. Sorry I missed yesterday. I won't be here again next Tuesday because that's our follow-up appointment to make sure that everything fits right and that she gets her official prescription then. And we are not buying contacts from the doctor's office. We're going to buy them through a different provider or whatever. And they give you all kinds of sass if you don't buy it through them. They made me pay a fee, like a fitting fee or something, even though we're not buying it through them. And there's all kinds of they made me sign this like document saying, I know that blah, blah, blah. If I don't buy it through them, at least a 6-month supply, that blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. So, which I think we can save more than $40. I think it was a $40 fitting fee. But anyway, total sidebar. I'm doing a Texas goodbye. Alrighty, well, I will see you later. Take care of yourself. Don't should yourself to death. No good comes from should. And I will see you most likely tomorrow at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live. Should I say? Talk to you later. Bye.